Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's thrilling plot. A girl says the tourism office is fake, Ken seems CIA but is a novice. Awkwardly, her contact Kevin quit a decade ago. Ken thinks she's joking. As she tries to prove it, he kicks her as if saying, "No ghost tales." Ken draws his weapon to deal with the girl, but at the critical moment, she drops a bombshell. You won't believe it. Monica is Ken's wife and kicked the bucket 20 years ago. How does this suddenly involve her? Ken's brain just went blue screen, so he stuffs a rag into the girl's mouth, probably meaning hush, and starts searching on the computer. Just as the girl said, the online info shows Kevin retired 10 years ago, which puts Ken in deep thought since they were tight buddies. They once served together and even pledged allegiance to the CIA, and Kevin was the officiant at his and Monica's wedding. If Kevin is really, then who's tossing out the assignment? To crack the case, Ken goes back to the room and helps the girl out of her bindings. What a gentleman. The girl says she's Lucy and will reveal all truths he wants if he goes to Malta with her tomorrow morning. Sounds like an adventure. Ken listens to this and doesn't turn it down. So, right as dawn arrives, the two of them promptly set off and board the ship heading for Malta. Speaking of transportation, I've just purchased a brand new car. But what about your old cars? My 2-year-old Volkswagen Jetta still fetches a good price. I listed it on quasi-used cars and got an incredible quote of 98 nationwide bidding, and it sold before I knew it. Cars appreciated fast last year. If you want to sell, don't wait. Let me explain. Fantain aromated valuation acute agrof Chinese letter 3C remote acute letter FEF micro aromated bracelet opponent sign unusual behavior AOS acute acute detailed actions remote a quarter growth traced aromat letter 3C detected remote circumflex aromat or to Chinese letter micro aromat acute letter FFB 3 pound symbol 3680 acute micro divide by the acute circumflex ligate chitizi not sign or circumflex abic letter 6B 1 pound 3 OMAT Ugovi acute letter 3 FC O tilde acute anini OMA micro yen negative copyright. She confirmed that Ken was heading to Malta and immediately reported back to her boss, who told her to place an ad with hidden contact info in the Malta newspaper. It's practically a treasure hunt. The woman complies promptly. Lucy tells Ken their destination is Malta's U.S. tourism office. Though the office has long been closed, Lucy's sure of finding useful info like treasure hunting. Before long, they set foot on Malta, and while Lucy heads to the restroom, a nearby payphone suddenly rings, making Ken go full alert. Why? Nothing's changed, everything's same. The British gentleman's dead. That's a change. The caller warns Ken to return to Rome and complete his task, or hell become the next target, but Ken clearly doesn't give a hoot. Ken hangs up, waits for Lucy, then they proceed. Meanwhile, the boss acts Ken's gone rogue. So they sent a mercenary squad to invite Ken away, while Ken and Lucy have reached their destination. Upon arrival, Ken feels instantly familiar. He often came here, as Kevin was the manager, and they often met here. But now it's turned into a ghost town, all empty with just a hint of gloom, and the mercenary squad has just arrived. Thanks to the boss' GPS info, this operation seems easier than a Sunday stroll, and they storm into the building while Ken and Lucy reach Kevin's office. Seeing the desolate scene, Ken enters nostalgia mode, then leaps up with a stool like in a flash mob. Then he pulls out a small knife and slices open the fabric on the chair to find a hidden recording device. This is turning out to be a live act. Just as he's sharing his find with Lucy, the nearby elevator suddenly dings, and a gunman walks out. The boss immediately orders his crew upstairs, while Ken and Lucy make a mad dash for it. The boss uses the GPS to guide his minions in pursuit, but thanks to Ken's familiarity with the layout, the escape feels like a game of mazes. Sure, they encountered some heavy fire along the way, but it hardly fazed the duo. Finally, they hijack a car by the roadside and zoom off to a CIA safe house in the suburbs that conveniently comes with all the jamming tech. The mercenaries lose track of their targets just like that, and once settled, Ken starts fiddling with a player he took from the car, eager to watch the footage he found under the chair. Little did they know, the footage held an even bigger secret. You're not going to believe it. Really. Dialoguing as the chase starts playing. The two people on the tape are bantering, one being Kevin and the other named Walker. They were colleagues at the tourism department, but seemingly fell out over something, with Walker crossing the organizations. Kevin had warned him, but just like that, the recording cuts off, leaving both of them bewildered because Kevin's passed on. To decipher all the secrets, Walker is clearly the key, so Lucy whips out her laptop for some online. Meanwhile, Kevin's not just sitting around, he's organizing ammo, but with only 2 clips left, that's hardly enough. So he starts looking for materials to make some makeshift explosives, and with his agent background, it's a piece of cake. Alright, once that's done, Kevin steps out to find some food, but gets distracted by a newspaper on the table. He casually picks it up, finds crucial info, turns serious instantly, and decodes the hidden message fast. Then he finds a server, confirms he can use their phone, and dials a number. It turns out this info was straight from the mysterious female overseer. Although Ken doesn't know who's on the other end, he can tell by their tone that this person definitely knows him. What's even crazier? This person is threatening Lucy's life, and Ken's just starting to catch on. Suddenly there's a roar. A car comes barreling towards him, and Ken dodges just in time, as armed mercenaries follow right behind. They start blasting at Ken without hesitation. He knows he needs to escape, so when the driver sticks his head out, he knocks him. He jumps into the car, throws the gas in reverse like it's a race, knocking one mercenary over and speeding off without a care. The mercenaries realize and chase after him. Upon exiting the alley, Ken spots a delivery truck and skillfully drifts to hide behind it. Talk about luck. He successfully evades his pursuers, and once they drive away, he resumes his route to the safe house. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more thrilling storylines, and we'll see you next time.